The budgeting process for any business should be something that people are taking on and recognizing that it's an ongoing process.
One of the categories of financial planning is tax planning, and that's something that we do year-round.
A budgeting process is something that looks at an operating business almost from the 30,000 foot level and helps you to look at long-term decision making that will affect cash flow. For many business owners, they need to have a report that on a daily basis they can have a good indication as to whether or not the steps that are being put in place are achieving results.
You know, the best way to go about financial planning is to first get out somebody's tax return, a client's tax return, which you've completed hopefully by April 15th. And from that tax return, that's a good starting point to meet with a client and determine what how they're situated financially.
The statement of cash flows is probably the statement that I draw more business owners' attention to because it allows them to determine how much cash flow they're actually generating from the operation of their business versus how much may be coming in from financing sources if they are either borrowing from a commercial bank or from other types of financing options in purchasing equipment or other assets. So much of the planning that we do with our clients is tax related.
Because the tax return is actually a good roadmap for implementing financial planning, and it's a good discussion tool to begin the process. For example, you can determine from the tax return if somebody has saved for retirement that year, or if they, for example, are in a high tax bracket and they do not have any tax-free interest or dividends. That's a good point of discussion as to why they could be investing maybe a little differently to take advantage of tax-free investments.
But it's also important if clients have outside financing requirements that we be able to kind of reconcile decisions that are made for tax purposes versus those that may have a bigger impact on their ability to borrow funds. Zinner & Company has the ability, as I mentioned, to not only help in the budgeting process, and that for a lot of companies that are just beginning, putting together cash flow projections is something that is part of a business plan.